Alright, today I think it's time to take a look at Combo Elves. This is a deck that's gotten a few upgrades in the Modern Horizons 3 set, but for the most part has been possible for quite a while. The big main ones that break this one open, though, are Wirewood Symbiote and Priest of Titania, both from the new set. Otherwise, everything is cards that we could have played before. And what really makes this good is that Priest of Titania is a really, really good mana producer, and in a deck that is able to go incredibly wide, we actually don't need to play the Elvish Archdruid that you would normally see in the 3-drop slot here. So while we can still curve, Llanowar Elves into our 3-drops, it is still pretty good to just go Priest of Titania in addition to another 1-drop if one of those exists. And otherwise, Priest of Titania ends up generating a lot of mana in this deck, since we're going to be going wide with just a bunch of small, easily castable creatures, but also things like Dwynen's Elite here, and Elvish War Master that make the board flooded with elves as soon as possible. So pretty much the idea here is go really wide, use Priest of Titania and Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystic in order to get a bunch of mana. We can then dump that into Allosaurus Shepherd here, which we're playing 2 of, just in case we need to turn everything into a 5/5 and get through that way. We're running, obviously, the Elvish War Masters, like I mentioned before, which can buff for 7 mana, and that's pretty achievable if you go very wide. And then Leafcrown Visionary is one where we're also going to be spending this mana because when we cast our spells, we'll be able to cantrip off them for 1 green mana, which is extremely worth it in this deck. And this is really where our combo Elves potential comes out, just because we can draw so heavily with Leafcrown. We don't have any of the other cards that from Legacy combo Elves decks that are very good at drawing cards, so Leafcrown Visionary will be the one that does it for us. But we have one more, and this is a new one in my Elves build that I've played on this channel, and this is Tribute to the World Tree. For 3 green, we get an enchantment that sits on the battlefield and either makes our little guys big, or if we have enough Leafcrown Visionaries on the battlefield, then we will be able to draw some cards with the Tribute of the World Tree. So this is a pretty good effect, gets us a bunch of cards, and for the most part is going to be how we go wide and then tall. Ultimately, this deck is going to be trying to win with a Craterhoof Behemoth here, but if we are not at the Craterhoof Behemoth, we really just have a wide board of 1/1s, and Tribute to the World Tree helps us make that a little bit more of a vertical threat. Of course, Leafcrown Visionary also helps us buff, which is good. And then Allosaurus Shepherd and War Master are ways to, get medium big for each of our many creatures. We do have 1 Balagid Recovery here to get back a Craterhoof if it ends up in the graveyard for some reason. I am still running 2 Craterhoofs as opposed to some lists that will run just 1, but that's just because I want to not really end up in a situation where I'm digging for this Balagid Recovery. We're not really that deep into combo potential here. We are just executing a combo, but we're not really just going for the wall and running one of our payoffs. Of course, just being a creature-focused deck, we have Collected Company here that has all but the lands and the hoof and tribute as hits. So we're usually finding 2 things off of Collected Company. And really, that's the deck here. We have Cavern of Souls to get some elves in uncounterably. Castle Garenbrig gives us some mana in case we need to hardcast Craterhoof. Castle Garenbrig also helps with, once we're drawing and drawing with Leafcrown Visionary, that can help us get a little bit more mana efficient. 2 Besagers to remove any problematic enchantments, although the typical hate that we're seeing right now with Vexing Bauble is not necessarily going to be stuff that stops us. But you never know. There could be something that we want to destroy, like whatever people are playing in those Nadu decks. With that being said, this is Combo Elves, or at least how I've built it for Timeless. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and please do give it a like and comment if you want to support the YouTube algorithm here, and subscribe if you're new to the channel for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With this being said, this can also be a historic deck, but I think this is Timeless contending. It's a very, very quick deck. It really only gets picked apart by hand hate and targeted removal, which even if some of that comes down, you can still find your way around it, but we will see in the games today what sort of games we face. We'll top into round 1 and see what this deck has for us today. Let's get it. Okay, here we go. This is round 1. This is Wirewood Priest of Titania Collected Company. This is something that we can keep, but we do feel pretty bad if they have targeted removal for the Priest. Let's see what we end up finding here. Opponent mulligans once. We'll have to see what they're on. Sliver Life indicates that this may be slivers. We can feel not too bad about blocking with the Wirewood symbiotes if things come back to it. We can also chump block with something and then bounce it with Wirewood, so a turn 1 Wirewood feels pretty good. When it goes for the Polluted Delta with the fetch, what are they finding? Well, Sliver Life might not be on slivers today, it seems. Let's see. Undercity Sewers, they will surveil. What will they find? For us, we have turn 3 Collected Company. We also could just go Tribute to the World Tree. If we get slowed down at any point, we can think about just dropping a Tribute. Turn 3. Alright, Wirewood Symbiote is tapped. They're taking a look at it. Undercity Sewers here, they have some nice alt arts for it. Very cool. And it will be Psychic Frog here. Possibly Dimir Scam, possibly Dimir Midrange. We'll have to see. Could also be combo. Psychic Frog has some combos with it. We will see what it is. I'm going to drop the Garenbrig here. We would probably end up wanting to do a Collected Company here or Tribute. We can go Tribute into Wirewood Symbiote and just get really set up here. We can make a big Wirewood as well, which is nice. So we'll do that. Can't attack into the Psychic Frog, so we will leave it for next turn and then just take a big Collected Company. Unfortunately, no elves are on the battlefield for Priest, as Wirewood is just an insect that cares about elves. It is what it is. Alright, opponent has some unknown plan going over here with the Psychic Frog. They will discard a Prized Amalgam, and this is Dredge. Got it. It looks like they're going to be trying to mill over Narcomoeba here. And Psychic Frog is here just to get the hand out. Okay, so they're going to make that bigger. We have Bloodgust coming back this turn, potentially. Luckily for us, there's probably not much spot removal in their deck, so this Collected Company can make our Priest rather large. They have 2 mana, and let's see what they do. They might attack with a Frog. We're definitely not blocking this. And we go to 17. They will draw a card. They can discard to fill their graveyard, but when will they be going to mill themselves? That is my question. Here comes an island. Here comes a Bloodgust. And here comes a Prized Amalgam as well. We should be able to set up here. We'll keep the Boseiju. We will just probably hold here unless I want to go in with the 2 Wirewoods. Let's do that. Actually, you know what? They could flash something in. Am I worried about flash stuff? I guess I am worried about hardcast flares. Flare of Denial being kind of the one that I'm worried about with this Collected Company. Yeah, I think we'll just hold here. We really see nothing that causes us to want to move right now as opposed to waiting. And if they commit mana to the board here, then I just go Collected Company. Flare of Malice here. So they do run the flares here. I'm kind of worried that they're holding up Flare of Denial here. With the greatest mana value that they control. So I will go looking for something here. If this will indeed resolve. Do they play counter magic? They might. Dang. That's tough. Ooh, yeah, the Flare of Denial is there. Hard cast. So we're going to lose our Priest here. That sucks. Unless I return it to my hand. We will return the Self to my hand. And, alright, at the very least, we will just lose a Wirewood Symbiote then. That's fine. Alright, we'll lose the one that's not a 3/3. And then actually this Priest coming back in does give us a Tribute trigger. It doesn't really mean much to us, but it is nice to have. I think I'm not really excited to trade with the Prized Amalgam. They can pump the Psychic Frog to a 6/7 I'd take 9, and this would be a 2-turn clock. They won't do that. They will just hold on to these control pieces. And possibly this isn't Dredge. This might be Dimir control with some recurring threats. Alright, we'll discard another Bloodghast here. Even more fodder. You got it. There's a Bloodghast. And yeah, I mean, this is really good for Flare of Malice. I kind of see what this is now. This is a bunch of flares and then recurring fodder for them. Pretty cool. So this way we are able to go Leaf Crown Visionary, make our stuff a little bigger. We'll see if this resolves. We'll put some counters on the Leaf Crown Visionary, and we'll go Priest of Titania. Cast trigger on Leaf Crown. We will pay for it. Auto pay. And it's another tribute. That's not great. We will put some counters on the Priest, and now we do have a board. We can start to pressure a little bit. I think the Priest is going to block at some point. We'll see if they flash something in for the Wirewood. Doesn't look like they will. Alright. What happens now? Flare of Malice again? Yeah, it is Flare of Malice. Darn. So that will be either Leaf Crown Visionary or Priest. I think I'd lose the Priest. We'll pass. Alright, so we are kind of stalled out here. Opponent's got the Psychic Frog, which is a big problem. It's a little bit too large right now for me to deal with. I think I can put the Leaf Crown in front of it and it's just bounce it with Wirewood. That seems kind of nice. I'll save myself half a turn. Either that or I just take Bloodghast. Mystic Sanctuary here, pretty sweet. I think they just take the Black Flare then. No, they'll take Flare of Denial. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty tough here. Very, very good Dimir deck here. I guess we have to pass. We are looking at 11 damage exactly here, so the Leaf Crown Visionary will have to block in some way or another. They actually could have just got the other flare here and forced me to lose the game on this turn. I'll have one draw after the fact. Okay, sure. And I think they're just going in like this. Alright, so can't chump block the Psychic Frog, so I will just block the Leaf Crown Visionary. Except actually that does kill me, so I have to go Prized Amalgam and then Prior to Block's Wirewood Symbiote. So they're kind of giving me an extra turn here where they didn't need to. Taking the other flare would have ended this game right now. Wirewood Symbiote. We will untap and bounce our Leaf Crown Visionary. And unfortunately, this is going to be it. They have enough cards. Actually, don't have enough cards in Graveyard to make Psychic Frog fly, but we are going to be at 3 life. They get to draw. Bloodghasts are healthy. Flare of Denial will take out something from me. Prized Amalgam coming down. This game is looking like it's over. Well, we were getting kind of close, and then our Priest of Titania died. That's what I'm saying with this removal. Can't really expect to have your stuff stick around. Tribute is not as good as having 2 bodies, so we go Leaf Crown Visionary into Allosaurus Shepherd. We just gotta hope that they let me have this one. Gonna hover over my hand like it means something. Darn. And yeah, I basically should have gone Shepherd first, but I got a little greedy because I did need to draw a card. Alright, well, that'll get a little bigger, and then we will die next turn. I'll just go ahead and pass through. So, looks like Dimir control with Flare of Denial and Flare of You Need to Sacrifice a Creature. Flare of Malice is going to take the game here in game number 1. So we'll take our damage here, and we'll move on to round 2. Okay, here we go. This is round 2. We have a Leaf Crown Visionary, and that's going to have to be how we get our draws in. I'll give it a try here. We have Wirewood Symbiote to protect, which is good. Opponent mulligans once. They'll keep their 6. Vault Scourge here, we are playing some artifacts. We'll drop this Boseiju here, and we'll go Leaf Crown Visionary. Hopefully we're going to be able to draw another land here. We will offer a Wirewood trade here, I think. I don't think they take it. I'd be surprised if they take it at the very least. Alright, cool. There we go. Or I'd be surprised if they took the trade, rather. They actually don't even attack here. We get to go Cavern of Souls here, which is great on Elf. We'll go Elvish Warmaster uncounterable and then pay for the draw. Lovely. And that is enough to take the concession in round 2. Kind of interesting there. I think we'll just go ahead and hop into another game really quickly. Hopefully the queues will comply with us. But that was a very early concession there, I would say. We've been secured into the re-recorded round 2, so let's get in there and try to take a win here. We got the Wanderer mirror match here. Priest of Titania, we have Balaged Recovery in hand. I can keep this one. We just go tap land turn 1 and then just shove a bunch of Priest of Titanias. That is a recipe to winning the game. Balaged Recovery, tapped. Swamp. Do we get Thoughtseize? Do we get Dark Ritual, Necropotence, or Dominance, rather. It'll just be Reanimated Troll of Cause of Doom first turn. That will be Persist, in fact. Okay, so slightly different even. We're going to go Priest of Titania here, and we just have to hope that we can go wide before they can kill us with the Troll. It's a 4-turn clock. Should be enough time for us to get stuff on the battlefield, unless they remove the Priest. And if that's going to be the case, we might have a hard time here. Alright, so we got them to discard a card at the very least. We kind of need a land here. We don't find it. Here's a Priest. Alright, and then we kind of just need to go Warmaster into something. Can't block. We are at 10. Will this be another play to the battlefield? It will be a Dark Ritual. They have 5 mana. They have Takenuma getting back. Grief. Alright, so Grief Reanimate is something that we have to watch out for now. They must have another card in hand here. It was asking them to pitch Grief, so I think here we go Elvish Warmaster, and then we go into Leaf Crown Visionary potentially, or we draw with Elvish Visionary trying to hit a land. We'll be able to go a little bit wide here. We get another Visionary. That's not too bad. The question is, do I want to block here? I think I would go to 5. We have Hoof here. That is a potential cast. They'll take it from us. We have to go to 5 here and then just go big on the Leaf Crown Visionaries. Will we reanimate taking my Creative of Behemoth and we're going to die to it? Oh my gosh. Gated food block, that's exactly 10. What a godly play there from the opponent. Alright, well, we're going to win quick and lose quick. That was round 2. Let's hop into round 3 and try to get that Elves combo win going. Okay, round 3. We've had a tough first 2 rounds here, but maybe this can be the one. Opponent's going to go first here, and we do get to start with a Cavern of Souls, which is great. Cavern of Souls into Elves. Then we can go either Leaf Crown Visionary first or go Priest of Titania first. I think we go Priest first just to make sure that we have the mana. Opponent on a Misty Rainforest. They will not fetch. Let's start with the Elves Cavern of Souls. It is fine that they know what's up. They will fetch their Misty. What will happen here? Maybe Brainstorm. Hopefully this Cavern of Souls blanks a lot of counter magic that they might have in their hand. They will Hedge Maze, keep on top. Another Misty. Alright, this one not held up. Looks like they'll shock something in here or get a basic. This will be Growth Spiral. They want to ramp. So do we. We will have 3 mana here. We're just going to go with the Priest. Get in for 1. Our Priest can make a lot of mana next turn. By a lot of mana, I mean probably just 3. That means we'll be able to play a total of 4 cards, though, which is nice. Sorry, a total of these 3 middle cards. We'll have exactly 6 mana between everything. Six plus this forest, rather. Okay, so then we go Dwynen's Elite first. We want to make sure that this is the uncounterable one. That's more important to me. They'll sack their Misty here. And maybe they bounce my Priest, if that's a thing that they're doing. We also have Collected Company. Okay, we tapped Breeding Pool, perfect. We have 4 mana here. We'll go Leaf Crown Visionary, and then we can go Leaf Crown Visionary again, paying to draw. And then next turn we go Tribute Collected Company. We can actually just go Tribute now. So we'll go Tribute into Leaf Crown Visionary. Did not realize that the math worked out that way. Alright, can't pay here, but we do get to draw everything. We put some counters on our stuff, and we are looking powerful. This is a lethal board. Can they bounce everything? They can play a 1 ring, sure. 1 ring's only going to do so much. We have Collected Company held up here. This is perfect for us. Any creature we draw here, any elf that we draw here is worth casting into a board wipe even, just for the double Leaf Crown Visionary triggers, and we have the mana to pay to draw. So it is absolutely worth it to play this Llanowar Elves, even though it doesn't really do what we want. Another Tribute the World Tree, and we are unfortunately going to fizzle a little bit, but we do get to draw here. We'll just go Garen Brig and Tribute the World Tree, I suppose. Is it worth it not being able to hold up Collected Company? No, it's not. We pass. Alright, we'll hold a stop in their end step here. Think about doing something. I have a scary amount of mana here. Blooded Strand will be fetched. I do know Cyclonic Rift happens to be in this format. Be surprised to see that, but so it's gonna be Tamiyo. Is this Tamiyo turns? That is something that I've played before. So this could be maybe a choice for Fog. Could be, so they could be looking for Fog, they could be looking for the 1 ring, and then they might just have some turns pay off. Alright, what is the choice here? This is gonna tell me what build they're on. The choice will be Haze of Pollen, so they are playing Fogs. They could have had 2 1 rings if they believed in themselves. It'll be Growth Spiral here. And they have to find it here or they're dead. Alright, well, if they have the Haze here, they have the mana to play it, but it looks like they did not have it, and we are going to take round 3. Sweet, let's hop into round 4. Here we go, round 4. No early mana other than the Llanowar Elves, but I think this is one that we keep. We can go turn 1 Llanowar Elves into turn 2 Leaf Crown Visionary. If we draw land, or even if we don't draw land, we can just play one of these things and draw off of the Visionary. And even if my opponent removes the Llanowar Elves, this is not as punishing as it would be if we were trying to curve into a 3-drop. It's Artillery Enthusiast. I smell some combo, or at least something weird. Breaker of Creation, looks like we are reanimating here, so that is kind of brutal to see. Now I think I do need to start getting big here, so I'm going to go Tribute to the World Tree. Especially because none of these really make mana here, and we don't have Priest of Titania at the moment. Another Enthusiast here. What do we find? Do they discard a 1-drop searching for Reanimate? That would tell me that they don't yet have it in hand. They go for a 6-drop here. That is brutal. Stab Wound is going to suck for me. Here's that Priest we were talking about. I think we just got to play that now here. And then if they can reanimate that Crocodile, well, this is just brutal. We don't attack here. We hold And we can go Dwynen's Elite here. Or wait, we can actually go with a land drop, Elvish, Dwynen's, have a bunch of mana. Artillery Enthusiast here. What else do we drop? I mean, a lot of big drops here. A lot of 6 and 8 drops. This is Perforator Crocodile. Alright. Hasn't entered yet, so that's good. So I will go Dwynen's Elite. I think I'll do that. This gives me the most out of my Priest of Titania mana. And then now, do I want to Elvish Visionary? I think I'm going to Leaf Crown into Elvish. That's going to cost me 5 mana, which is all that I have left. So fine. I don't think I really need to do the Elvish War Master just yet, but maybe next turn. I'm just really trying to hit a land here. Alright, my stuff's getting big, which is nice. We will pay. And we find Wirewood Symbiote and possibly a land here. No, another Elvish Visionary, fine. So now I think we go War Master, well, Tribute, War Master, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as my opponent decides to reanimate everything, my board will be dead. But for now, we're doing a pretty good job. Wirewood Symbiote here can untap Priest, which is pretty nutty. So I don't think it really matters how we do this because we have Wirewood Symbiote, so we're going to go Tribute first. Now we have 2 Tribute triggers. And then, let's see, I can auto pay if I go into Wirewood Symbiote next. I'll still have enough mana to do that. But I think I want to play Dwynen's Elite, so I will decline this one first. We're going to do this. Oh yeah, now we draw a lot because of this, which is perfect. We go Elf here. And then now we just need to start drawing and playing our Wirewood Symbiote. So we'll go Dwynen's Elite here first. Using this mana that we have here. I don't need to... I can decline all these triggers. Since we're going to be drawing our deck with the Tribute. And then now we just need to hit our Crater Hoof if possible this turn. We actually do hit it. That's crazy. So then we have definitely enough to kill here. I will just go Wirewood Symbiote. We only get 1 draw here. And then we will go returning Dwynen's Elite back, I believe. Before I do that, though, let's play Elvish Visionary. Just get a little bit more here. Actually, we'll just do a Priest of Titania. Just absolutely set up here. Alright, so that one's good. Boom, boom. We draw a card here. We're back at a full hand. We will return an Elf. We need to target Priest. Let me just make sure. Yeah. We target the creature to untap, and then we will return the Dwynen's Elite. That is summoning sick. And then we will cast a Crater Hoof Behemoth and attack for the win. Alright, sweet. So that is a bunch of stuff here. We are more than lethal. That's about 75 damage. Cool, so we are able to actually combo with Elves here. Double Tribute of the World Tree, really showing that it's worth including in the deck here. Pretty sweet. Priest of Titania is a nuts card. We even got to use it with its buddy Wirewood Symbiote. So make a lot of mana, have a big turn. That's what combo Elves is all about. That was an awesome round 4 here. I think we're just continuing on an upwards streak here. Round 5 should be a banger if we were to extrapolate. So let's hop on and go for the next round. Okay, here we go, round 5. One last chance to do the thing. We have 2 lands here. We can start with Wirewood Symbiote into Priest of Titania. This is everything that we want, except for card draw. I can probably just not play the Wirewood Symbiote on the first turn. We'll go into a Priest of Titania first. They go for green with Captivating Crossroads, sure. Thirsting Roots, they're looking to ramp. Notably, they're playing Proliferate cards. We'll have to see what that's about. Here's a Beseiju, here's a Priest of Titania. It's the best if we can draw a land here. Elysian Caryatid, they're just ramping as well. Alright, so we don't find it. If I play Dwynen's Elite, this gives me 3 mana off my Priest. That allows me to go Priest of Titania into Wirewood. I could then untap and return this elf, but then I only have 3 mana, but then I can go Dwynen's Lead into Allosaurus Shepherd. Yeah, you know, why not? Let's do it. Let's get really wide. Dwynen's Elite. Allosaurus Shepherd. Alright, cool. So we make 10 mana now. We can A, activate Allosaurus Shepherd and kill. We can B, cast Collected Company and kill. Things are looking good. They have 3 mana. 2 of it are lands only. It's just going to be a Davriel. They're all tapped out here. We have a win. Target player discards a card. We're actually going to lose the Collected Company unless I do something cheeky like Wirewood symbioting back a Dwynen's Elite. Let's do that. We will discard the Dwynen's Elite. Alright, cool. So we will take some damage here. That's fine. We'll see what we draw. This is going to be another Wirewood Symbiote, so that's perfect for making Priest mana. Let's start with the Wirewood off of Priest. Well, we'll go Collected Company first. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Leaf Crown into another Priest, sure, because why not? And then we'll go Wirewood Symbiote here off that floating mana. We can return the Priest of Titania to our hand to untap our Priest of Titania. Submit, and then we have enough mana to cast it, but it's not going to matter. We're going to go... Let's see, how can I make this work? I'm trying to figure out... This doesn't even matter. I can just activate Allosaurus Shepherd. I was trying to figure out if I could have this Priest of Titania attackable this turn. Anyway, we'll send these at face, and we will take round 5 here. Pretty freaking strong here off of a 2-lander with combo Elves. I definitely hold what I said from the last round. I think that these games just got better as they went along here, and I think we ended off with a real banger. Kept it kind of short and sweet this time around. The video is going to be a quick one, but I would recommend playing with this deck because it is a very, very fun one. I didn't mention it in the deck tech, but you know, a lot of these builds are playing Eladamri Corvid Call, which is definitely a good card here, but I think you can definitely get by on these Tribute to the World trees. Eladamri, I haven't even crafted any Eladamris yet, so that is you know, neither going to be here nor there, as I haven't really played with this card very much, but I know that people are playing with it and giving it some tries, so I would recommend that if you've randomly opened it in any of your packs, that you give it a try yourself. But if you don't have them, I would say that Tribute to the World trees are totally fine. This is what we need in terms of making our stuff big. Eladamri really just kind of replaces the Leaf Crown Visionary as far as I'm concerned. And having more than 4 draw spells, well, I guess we technically have 8 draw spells if we're able to get our board big enough. So like, as long as the Leaf Crown Visionaries don't die, we are not really hurting without Eladamri. Though I would say that Eladamri is probably good as a 1 or 2 of, at the very least, just to make sure that you have redundancy for your Leaf Crown Visionaries. Because while we didn't really see it too much today, targeted removal on the Leaf Crown Visionary is pretty brutal. And I guess those first rounds where we didn't have it were a really good indication of why that's the case. But regardless, that was the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and comment. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you want the deck list, it'll be in the video description. I'll have a Moxfield link in there. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.